Good afternoon. It's February 21st. This is Hope Roski with Central Valley Talk, the wedding show. And today we have a wonderful new married woman here with us. Her name is Celia Maldonado. And she is here to talk to us today about her destination wedding. And so for those of you who are planning to go out and venture out of the country for an exciting destination wedding, it's imperative that you listen to what Celia has to say about her experience. So Celia, I'm going to first start at the beginning. And how did you meet your husband?
Okay, so very millennial style. I met him online. And
that's great.
Yeah, I was visiting family here in Fresno between travels, and I just got on my phone and we swiped right and we matched. I wasn't looking for a husband, but we just kicked it off and never stopped talking.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you two obviously got together. I know you were a school teacher, and then you got married, and now you have a beautiful addition to your family. Can you tell us about that beautiful addition of yours, please?
So I have a almost 10-month-old baby. Her name is Emiliana Telles. We got started with family a few months after our wedding. We got right into it.
Yeah, there you go.
And now we have a 10-month-old baby. I'm currently not working. My work is at home with my baby and just
Wonderful.
nurturing her.
That's wonderful. Well, one of the things that obviously why you're here is that you decided to have a destination wedding. How did that all come about, making that decision?
Well, I had a COVID wedding, like most of the people in the past few years have had. So Finn proposed to me February before everything shut down. So initially we were talking about doing it at Carmel Valley because my in-laws have a house there.
I see.
I thought it was going to be the perfect scenario for the wedding. But we quickly realized that it was going to be an issue with the travels, right? Like I have a lot of family in Mexico. And, just friends in other places. I have my closest cousin lives in London. So we just knew it wasn't going to happen. So then I said, let's just go to Mexico.
Oh,
let's
there you go. So there the decision's made.
Yeah.
Done, right? So then you had to obviously start the process of booking your trip and planning that. And obviously this is being done probably electronically.
Yeah.
So describe how that all worked, because there's obviously maybe some time differences, some language barriers. Tell me a little bit about that. Describe that for me.
Yeah. So first of all, just booking the flights and everything I did through Google Flights. I was initially a fan of Skyscanner, but that got old, so I just realized that Google had this amazing tool. So I just flagged my flights, and whenever, I got a good price, I just went for it and just bought the tickets then. I had to change my venue a few times, but I found one online. I just literally just Googled, wedding venue, Mexico, in the area where I wanted to get married. And I just chose a few different ones and got in contact with them.
So speaking of getting in contact, one of the things that people, I think, are skeptical of is how do they know it's for real? And this is not just somebody that might be out to take a deposit and then you don't have the wedding of your dreams. How do you work around that?
Well, first of all, I had a big issue. I started planning my wedding at this location that hadn't historically had weddings. I just really liked it. It was a community in a small town in Mexico. And I just really wanted to do it there because I think I would be the first person doing it.
Oh, what town was that in Mexico?
It's called Punta Custodio, and it's just a beautiful community. It's on a cliff, and you have the view of the ocean.
Wow, that sounds romantic.
And yeah, it was so romantic. But turns out that the guy who I was dealing with was not trustworthy.
Now, how did you? Because there's the keywords, not trustworthy. How did you figure that out?
Well, it was just right in my face, right? He wouldn't reply to emails. It just took him a really long time. And but I was waiting for him because I really wanted it to be there. It was staring me right in the face that he wasn't trustworthy. but because I wanted it so bad, I kept on pursuing it. Eventually, like, he didn't contact me after I had made the deposit. And it took
my
like
goodness.
a month. And then I knew it was a legitimate, community, right?
Right.
But the guy that the intermediario, the agent wasn't trustworthy. So I found a way to get in contact with the actual owners, and they were able to give me my deposit back.
Wow. I mean, that has to be an uneasy feeling for you.
Oh,
So
my
then
gosh.
at that point, now you have people kind of waiting on, okay, the destination, saving a date. So
Yeah.
then what happened next?
Oh my God, I was devastated because I had gotten in contact with them. I don't know, in August, and the wedding was going to be in June. So it's like 10 months before.
Sure.
Yeah. So it fell through in January. So I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was really nervous. So I just Googled other venues in another town that I really like. And I emailed my top 3. And 2 of them took like 3 or 4 days, maybe a week to reply. And I was like, I didn't want to get into that again.
Right.
And like that third person replied within 24 hours. And I was like, okay, this is a good sign. I'm going to go after this person.
Okay, so the instant reply was your cue.
Absolutely.
To okay, let's move forward with
Absolutely.
that. Wow. So once you were able to do that, how did they handle working the whole thing through, like with your event planner there? How did you go about putting it all together?
So we used technology a lot. We used Google Forms and just the live documents that you can use through Google.
Okay.
So we had a spreadsheet, and she would just give me pricing and just whatever. We kept track of it there, and it was very clear. Like flowers, this, that, everything was on a list.
Oh, fabulous. So they were able to give you the
Yeah.
complete and total budget through a
Yes.
spreadsheet,
Yes.
and then you had a clear picture as to what was going on.
Yes.
Now, were you ever able to FaceTime the
Yeah, so
planner,
most
or-
of the time it was through FaceTime, and that's how I preferred it. It just gave me, more of a sense of security to be able
Sure.
to see that face. So for the most part, it was through that, and yeah.
Okay, so is there anything that you had to do here in the States that they were not able to do in Mexico for you, like at your destination? What did you have to cover here, like with the license or things to that effect? How did that work?
So one thing that they weren't able to do is, they could have, but I chose not to, is getting married here. So I did my legal wedding here before getting married there. Just
okay.
because I looked it up, and just getting my marriage license over there, and yeah, I wasn't going to get into that. So yeah.
Okay, so one of the things, like in doing this with being the prospective bride and groom and working with the families, how did they put it together? I mean, because you said you had family in London, and then you had family
Yes.
here, and then family in Mexico. You're kind of bringing everybody together. So how were they working through all of that as well?
They were kept up to date through a group chat. So I had a group chat with my cousins and all the party that was involved, which is mostly my family.
Right.
So they were all up to date with everything.
Oh.
Okay, this is when we're going to do it. Sorry, we changed this. This is what's going to happen now. So they were kept up to date like that.
So if you were to give anybody advice, I'd say words of wisdom, if you will, what would you tell the viewers as they look at going out of the country for a destination wedding?
Oh my gosh, have a clear view and idea of what you want, and don't just keep it in your mind, but list it. Just materialize what you want, because that's how you're gonna be able to handle things from abroad, right? Like if you want those flowers, if you want the timing, everything, write it down and make sure to communicate that with your wedding planner, and just keep that line of communication open.
Now, did they have a photographer for you, or did you have to find one there?
The wedding planner, had her contacts, and she had her options of this and that. The photographer, I wanted to be something a little bit more personal and not as, like the typical wedding photographs.
Right.
So I used my cousin and my uncle who are photographers.
Oh, well, that's, keep it in the
Yeah.
family.
So they did them for us. They're not event photographers, so they're like a little bit different, but I love them.
Well, we're going to see those in just a moment here. One of the things that I did want to touch base with you about before we go to some of these lovely photos is I know that you got yourself, you were already looking beautiful,
Thank you.
but what were some of the things that you did to, with actually your matron of honor? One of the things that you did was getting fitness ready, correct?
Yes. So, it's your big day and you want to look your best, just have those memories of you looking beautiful. So I reached out to Hope and she helped me get in shape, I was already at the weight I wanted to be, but I just needed to get toned. So she was with me for 6 months.
Yes.
Prior to the wedding, training.
Both you and your matron of honor,
Yes,
who is your current sister-in-law,
yeah,
by the way.
my sister-in-law,
Yes.
Kristen Tellis. So she helped me through that process and hydrate.
Yes.
I had a friend who told me just drink tons of water. You just want to look nice and fresh. So drink lots of water.
Oh, that's good advice
Hydrate.
too. So as we're glowing, let's take a look at these pictures that are coming up, and maybe you could describe what we're going to be seeing right here.
Okay, so that first picture is with Bruce Honeyman. He is he officiated our wedding here in Fresno.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about how many people did you have at your destination wedding?
At my destination wedding, about 70.
70. Okay.
I had to cut down the number of guests significantly when we moved to the destination wedding.
So where was the destination held at the end? Because you said that there was one place that didn't work out. So where did you decide to go?
We moved it 3 times. We just stuck to San Francisco, San Pancho, Nayarit. It's north of Punta Mita. So it's like a little beach town. It's really cute.
That's wonderful. Let's take a look at one of the pictures that's on the beach right here. That's gorgeous. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, those are the pictures we took before
the
reception.
Okay.
Before the reception of our wedding. And it was cloudy and I wanted it to be sunny, but it worked out. It rained.
Oh, goodness. Okay. And then
And then there's the other picture of the family getting married here in the States.
Okay.
We just walked to the river
Sure.
and got married there. And that is a picture of us at the reception. So I changed my dress into something more colorful. We're cheering. We had just gotten married. It was really nice.
Toast to a happy future.
Yes.
That's great.
And that picture is the night before for the what is it called?
The rehearsal dinner?
The rehearsal dinner, yeah.
Okay.
So with my best friends and cousins.
And
that was our first dance.
Oh, wonderful. So, it's nice to know that dreams can come true with the destination weddings. And you gave some interesting advice here about you had your marriage ceremony, a small one here, but then you had the big destination wedding. And then, to a degree, it takes a lot of the stress off because all of the documents are done here.
Yes. And you've said yes. You've signed it and, you're just there to look pretty and have fun.
And there you go. So those of you who are thinking about it to have fun, hey, you got great advice today from Celia Maldonado Tellis. And we thank you so much for coming on the wedding show today to share with the viewers to make their dreams come true on a destination wedding. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Hope. You're the best.
Oh, thank you. And we will be right back.